Today we'll be making fonio or acha jollof. For those of us who don't know fonio acha, it is a grain grown in the northern parts of Nigeria and West Africa, and it's from the millet family. It's gluten-free, iron-rich, high in fiber, low glycemic index, which means it's good for diabetic people. It does not have too much complex sugar. It's also a whole grain. Like any jollof, you can choose to put whatever you want. Eating acha is good because it's not processed. You know, a lot of us these days are conscious of white rice and the fact that a lot of it is processed. But with the fonio, because it's not processed, it is very healthy, and it's good. It's a good diet because it reduces the risk of having chronic disease such as diabetics and obesity. It's good for the elderly, it's good for children, and it's rich in important nutrients, including fiber, vitamins like thiamine, and minerals like iron, magnesium, and calcium. So in today's jollof, I will be using carrots, onions, tomato, smoked chicken, stock. I have dry pepper here. You can use fresh pepper. I have turmeric, seasoning cubes, salt for taste. Typically, I tell people to always rinse the fonio because of handling as it's produced. This particular brand, the Heat Food brand, is already destoned. There's no need to wash like we used to have to wash growing up because of the stones that it typically has, but this is already destoned, so it's just rinsing it because of handling. Here I'm using a quarter of a cup, so I'll rinse it. Although it's a very small grain, it sinks to the bottom of whatever bowl you choose to use, and you just have to drain the water, which is, you can rinse it a second time. Now that we've rinsed our acha, we can begin the process of making our jollof. Okay, so I'll put on my cooker. I put a little oil, can be olive oil, groundnut oil, whatever oil is good for you. I leave it to get hot a little. Put your onions.
Don't snap while you're doing all this here.
No, but he's saying the click will sound in it, so he needs to pause.
Okay, he needs to pause.
Okay, now that the onions I put carrot. I typically like to stir fry them just so that the flavors will come out. Next, I'll put my tomatoes. Okay, I put my tomatoes. And I can put my seasoning cubes, turmeric, salt, and dry pepper. You could use fresh pepper if you want. Now I'm choosing to use smoked chicken because anything smoked, I like it. It brings out a different taste to your meal. You can choose to put fresh smoked chicken, smoked fish, but in this case I'm using smoked chicken. Now that our ingredients have been simmering for a while, I'll add the acha to it. I typically would like to first fry it all together. Acha or fonio, it swells a lot, so that's why I'm using just a quarter of a cup. I'll add my chicken stock to it. And let it all cooked for a while. Okay, I'll add a little water to it because, like I said, acha swells a lot. And okay, I'll cover it now and for it all to cook together. Okay, so our acha jollof has been on fire for about 10 minutes now. You can stir it. Now it depends on how. I usually like mine with a lot of vegetables, hence why you see all the carrots and the tomato. If you don't want it to have this much, you can reduce the quantity that you put in it, and depending on how thick you want it. This is just from a quarter of a cup of acha. We've made this full pot of acha jollof. Shows you how much it says it swells to about 5 to 6 times its size. So I'll just cover it for a bit for the water to dry completely. Okay, acha is now ready. Tastes very nice, but you can, at this point, if you think you want more seasoning, you can add to it, but this is perfect. For those that love to eat couscous, this is an alternative to couscous. Just behaves exactly like couscous. Voila, ready to eat.